2-year off-ramp for the NOPD consent decree was approved in January, but as we reported last week, that agreement could be subjected to an appeal by the city as soon as tomorrow. Investigative reporter Mike Perlstein broke that story. He monitors this case. Joining us now in studio, Mike, to give your perspective and a preview of what we can expect.
Well, first of all, you're exactly right that even though the police department and the city signed off on the so-called sustainment period at a ceremonial hearing in January, the city also quietly kept alive a 2-year-old appeal to try and end the consent decree completely. The deadline to submit briefs for that appeal is tomorrow.
So if everybody really signed off on the sustainment period 4 months ago, why is there an active appeal?
Well, the city actually, after that ceremonial signing of the sustainment plan, they submitted about 2 weeks later a notice to keep their appeal open. That appeal had been ongoing since 2022 when Mayor Latoya Cantrell and her administration tried to end the consent decree. It was a bit of a surprise and filed under a different number so that it was not widely known that the city still kept its options open to end this consent decree without a sustainment period.
Well, with all of that in mind, what will we looking for, or will you be looking for rather tomorrow?
Well, first of all, we'll see if the city does follow through. It left its options open, but it did not file anything yet. The deadline will be at the end of business tomorrow. Even more importantly, we'll see the contents of that and whether the Department of Justice joins in with the city to end the consent decree. Now, mind you, for the better part of the 12 years, the Department of Justice has always, monitored the city's progress, and pushed back against the city's attempt to end this early. However, as I reported a week ago, the Department of Justice changed all 6 attorneys who had been handling the case, replace that with a new Department of Justice attorney, which could signal a big change in the philosophy. We know there's a change in the philosophy of the federal administration overseeing consent decrees.
Yeah, so what does the city have to say about all of this?
Well, the city was very cryptic when we did the story last week, updating this whole situation. They simply said that they will continue to adhere to the sustainment plan without tipping its hand as to what it plans to do with this appeal. We're going to find out exactly what that plan is tomorrow.
All right, Mike, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing what that update is tomorrow.